Very warm welcome to you, baby dolls. Today we're going to think about the past crypto influencers, grifters, scammers, liars, hucksters. All of them are out to get us. Many times I will do my best to protect you. And it is by calling many other people non-friends. They are not our friend. They will go public places, they will say extravagant things, they will give you so much confidence, but unfortunately, they are doing evil, nefarious actions in the background. Alex Mashinsky and Celsius, we have to learn from this. He went out, he said the right things, he had the right aura, he went to the right places, he knew the right connections. I mean, look at this, he's even wearing a shirt here that says, "Banks are not your friends, I am a bank." No, I'm not, but really I am. When you look at this through the lens of what I'm about to show you, you will start to question everything. There are no guarantees, there are only probabilities, but sometimes you can't take any of the risk yourself. You have to do self-custody. Self-custody means taking your coins off your exchanges. You don't let any middleman handle your crypto. They cannot be trusted. You see here, we have the chart here for Celsius. And it does not start at the beginning because it's really important to know what's going on. I have a court filing document here for Celsius, and we're going to go through it just to show you, right? Because if you just look at the Celsius chart, most people don't even know. They believe it just starts in May 2021. They probably assume that it had an ICO, it starts up the top, and they just dump it into oblivion. But no, there is a website here, beautiful website, Charts.CoinTrader.Pro. Here, you can see that there is a proper history of the charts. You can see what happened at the beginning. And I want you to know, in 2019 and 2020, this was Celsius, what it was doing as price action. It was actually not going anywhere. It kept dumping and pumping, okay? All it could do was go up, come back down. This was a zombie virus, by the way. But then something happened. Something started happening. I mean, have a look at this. I mean, it went absolutely nuclear. If you want to check up how much it went, man, like let's not even do a bottom tick. If you want to do a bottom tick all the way to the top around here, insane, 328x. And then when did the collapse into the oblivion floor. So when we're looking at this, this is not by accident. All right, now we know the truth. But I'm going to read for you a short little excerpt to show you what was truly going on, because man, you really got to learn from this, okay? Because it's probably going to happen. It's going to happen again in the future in crypto. It's going to happen in stocks. This just happens. This is what happens in the fiat system, man. This is how everybody comes in, rushes in, wants to spend stuff, all right? This is what happens. So look at this. It's not just the fiat system, it's humans themselves. So in executing this strategy, Celsius was often protecting sell from price drops caused by Mr. Mashinsky selling large amounts of his personal sell holdings. Mr. Mashinsky sold at least 3.6 million sell in 2019, or at least another 11.9 million sell in 2020, and at least an additional 8.7 million sell in 2021. Okay, so this is what we're just showing. We're showing that he was dumping the whole time. So he was dumping personal holdings in 2019. You see we're going up. He is coming here and he is dumping. He's dumping and he's dumping and he's dumping. He's cashing out. He's cashing out every single chance because he gave himself all the coins. He just kept dumping and dumping. Of course, let's be honest though. Many coins dump. And it's not just the founder, because markets are thin, especially crypto markets. It does not take much to actually send them to the floor. But when we are observing it through this lens, we can see that it comes down to the fact of trust. Do you trust that the founder or the inflation rewards or whatever it is, who's given the pre-mine, do you trust that they are going to fulfill this to the very end? This is why I talk to you all the time about network effects and crypto valuations, because at the end of the day, this is what it all comes down to. Crypto is valued off these network effects. So really, even if you believe you are destined for greatness, yes, an insider and a founder can come and destroy the price too early. Or you might also find there are other scenarios where there is no evil founder. It's just that then by natural buyers running out, this is what you see happen, okay? But unfortunately, in this case, many people were drawn to it. Let us continue. Look at this. On April 5th, 2020, Mr. Trutler noted that within the previous hours, Mr. Mashinsky withdrew 800,000 sell, 500,000 the week prior, 650,000 2 weeks prior, and 900,000 3 weeks prior. And quote, and all the sell go to a wallet he mostly uses for Liquid, an exchange platform. Mr. Mashinsky continued to sell throughout 2020, causing Mr. Trutler to comment in October 2020. He said, I am still concerned about the Celsius. Alex is selling every day, the Cell token. He sold 120K yesterday, 120K the day before. Alex is the biggest seller by far and depressing the market. 120K sell equals $165,000 a day. That was huge back then, especially for 2020. Okay, so this is the unfortunate part when we're looking at these. Okay, he even says here, at those volumes, actually, you know what, friends, let's have a look. So he was just selling here in 2020. He was just dumping it and dumping it and dumping it, dumping it, dumping it, dumping it. He just kept dumping and dumping. But then, obviously, we know something happened. So he kept dumping and it kept going up. So something obviously appeared out of nowhere. It seemed like a miracle. Okay, so let's continue now. At those volumes, Mr. Mashinsky constituted about between 20 to 25% of the daily trading volumes. So just to teach you something, friends, if you want to exit a coin, hopefully one day you are a giant whale, by the way, bless your heart. I hope you do get there with your fluffy slippers, your straight posture, your squeaky chair. Usually, to exit any asset safely, they'll sell about 1% per day, okay? That's how much they'll sell. They'll sell about 1% per day. So here it is for you to see, 1% of the trading volume per day. So if there was a coin that did $10 million of volume per day, you just do 1% of 10 million and you will get to 100,000. So if you had that much volume, that's how much you would be able to sell and you won't be able to affect anything. Now, of course, slowly over time, you slowly drift it if it absolutely supernova implodes itself. But this is how you safely exit without crushing everything. This is what they do in stocks. This is how you get rid of big positions slowly. And of course, it takes a long time, right? So, you know, if you're a huge whale, it's still going to take you 3 months to exit. That's why you will see a lot of these whales, they will start selling their Bitcoin early. This is what happened in the early run-ups of 2017, 2013. The people with like 50,000, 100,000 Bitcoin who were getting rid of it, 20,000, they were selling pieces and pieces of it early. So by the time it came to the end, they were still just getting rid of it. You know, they'd sell like, you know, maybe 1%, 2% every week, 1% a day of whatever they could get rid of, and slowly they would get rid of it, and this would be super safe. But this is what happens next. So Mr. Mashinsky, he was selling 20 to 25% of the daily trading volume. It says, likewise, in January 2021, one of Mr. Mashinsky's other companies began selling off large amounts of sell to such a degree that Celsius had to continue increasing the size of its resting orders, buying the sell Mr. Mashinsky was selling, and thus protecting Cell's price from, in the words of Mr. Trutler, dropping like a stone. So effectively, they basically just admit to us, well, he was crushing it to zero. It was never going off. And to absorb his orders, they used customer funds. Of course, this is obvious. How else did your thing go 328x? Okay, now, you know, believe it or not, there would have been people coming in because it's not just all of them. This is the funny part. It's not just all of them because people will buy things that go up. Yes, it's true. But when you look at it, of course, how did you get your nice juicy, what's this, 158x? It's you grew up to a gargantuan size, enormous when you think about it, right? So this is an unfortunate reminder that we have to live with in crypto, that you can't trust anybody. These people will exist. And trust me, I listened to Alex Mashinsky on many YouTube influencer channels, and trust me, he did not skip a beat. He was not easy to figure out. For the average person, he said the right things. He knew everything about the Fed, the yield curve, interest rates, crypto. He also knew about all the DeFi, and he knew the exact words. These people are super dangerous. I'll tell you right now, friends, as soon as the Celsius debacle happened, my mind was replaying all the times I saw him on those YouTube channels. I was like, man, he's a good talker, this guy. This person knows exactly. He is a cold-blooded killer. This guy knows, he's pathological. He knew exactly what to say. He knew the exact buzzwords. Banks are not your friends. We are doing this. You know what's funny? The final show of confidence, friends, ends with this, okay? Just to show you. Alex Mashinsky, at the very end, there are tweets still out there, okay? At the very end, when people were calling him out, you know what he was saying? He would even call people out publicly on Twitter. He was saying, do you know, can you show me proof of one person who can't withdraw their money out from Celsius right now? Show me the proof. Show me just one person. You know, and I remember reading that and I'm like, oh, wow. I guess this person attacking him is just a Bitcoin maxi fudder. Wrong, right? It was right. He was just saying it. And, you know, it was 24 hours later, Celsius paused withdrawals permanently, right? Temporarily, permanently paused the withdrawals. You could not exit from that point. So I remember seeing that. I was like, man, these people, they do have bluff cards, friends. They do have their final bluffs. You think they got pocket aces, but really they got 7-2 offsuit, and they will just literally go all in. They go, can you find one person? I'll take a bet right now. Like, that's why, you know, the word confidence, you know, it's part of con man, confidence man. Man, we really saw it in 2022. So even though these coins go up, it does not mean nothing shady was happening. And, you know, hey, it doesn't matter necessarily that shady things were happening, because, you know, Ethereum did a 4,500x in its first cycle too. But when we look at Ethereum was a blue chip. Ethereum created an open canvas. So that's another way to think about it. With Celsius, you got to be honest with yourself. That's why it's super hard. People who are holding these coins, they will be saying, we got the network effect, we got the marketing, we got the branding, we got the adoption, we're in every country, everyone loves us, right? It's very easy to disconnect from reality when things are going up. That's why, really, truly, I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, if you ever come to a scenario where you see people euphoric, the best thing to do, 99% of the time, if you literally are happy, if you're getting tingly, I'm not joking, 99% of the time, the best thing to do, without any question, sell 10%. Right then and there. Just sell 10%, pay in USDC, pay your taxes to good old government, and then just let it sit there, and that's it. You go, that's it. I'm not buying these unless I get a really ridiculous price. 10% is the minimum, okay? We'll be doing more of that as time goes on. But hey, you've learned something today, friends. You've learned there are confidence men everywhere, okay? And we're never truly safe. That's why it's super important. Do not trust them with your coins. You got to keep a self-custody. You get a hardware wallet. You do not keep any of these exchanges. You got to learn the hard way, or the market will teach you the hard way, if you know what I mean. Like, subscribe, press the bell button, all friends. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, press the bell button, all. Tell mum and dad we still love them. I'm going to catch you next one.